and record.
Yep, started.
So we're doing things a little bit out of order. Last month, I planned on announcing our new ticketing system in the kind of all team meeting, but Carol canceled. So just to let you know, we are deploying a new ticketing system. So actually, we have two ticketing systems that we're deploying. They're both from a company called FreshWorks. The one that we are going to be using for FLPPS tickets and Grin tickets is called FreshService. Tommy and Alanka and Taniko will be using another product called FreshDesk to support the LMS clients and also the LMS related tickets for care managers or when we have new hires that need an LMS account created. Today, I'm going to focus on the FreshService product and want to demonstrate everything to you from a user standpoint and get any feedback that you might have. And also start to have you guys put in tickets if anything comes up in the near future, so that Peter and I have more examples of things, and we might discover some stuff that might be missing that we need to put into place before we go live with everyone. Did everyone have a chance to test their single sign-on prior to the meeting? You good? All right. If anyone has any issues with that, let me know. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what the dashboard looks like in case you haven't had a chance to see it yet. So one of the things I really like about the system is it's easy to impersonate somebody else. So if anyone is having any issues submitting tickets, or I need to get an idea of what you might be looking at, I can easily pretend to be you. So right now, so that I'm seeing what the typical person would see, I'm pretending to be Aaron. So when you log into the system, you should see this a page that looks similar to this. Tommy and I may make some other tweaks to this based on your feedback, or as we come up with some other things to add to the system. But the main boxes you're going to see are one for help articles. Currently, we don't have anything posted, but this box and this search window here will access help articles that may help you to solve your problem and not need to put a ticket in, or may come up while you're putting a ticket in to maybe give you the answer as you're putting in information. The next two boxes are how you put tickets in. So one of the concepts that I'm changing here is, rather than having a single way of putting tickets in, there's going to be two options. One of them is for something that you already have that was previously working but is now broken. Your monitor died, your laptop isn't booting, you had permissions yesterday, but for some reason today it's not working. You can click this box and submit an incident ticket. If you need something new, you want a second monitor, you've decided you need some new equipment for your home office, you need access to a new SharePoint site, or a site that you previously weren't using, you'll click this button. And I'll go through both of those in a minute. And then this box is for approving requests. I don't know that everybody sees this, but if you're a manager, you may need to go here once in a while in order to approve requests. There's going to be some things in this box that once we get it all set up, it will require a manager approval. So if somebody is requesting additional software, Visio or Project or Foxit, or something that costs extra money that isn't part of our standard build, I'd like to capture a manager approval on that. Any questions so far? Okay. So I'm going to start off going into the report and issue page. When you go to this page, you may notice a blink down here. There's a bunch of extra fields that are mostly associated with Grin tickets. There's a policy rule that hides them, but they show up for an instant. So that is normal behavior. So if you see a little something show up here and then disappear, that's normal. So when you come in here, it'll show you who you are and fill this in automatically. If you want to have somebody else CC'd in on your ticket, kind of, to receive any correspondence related to the ticket or kind of make sure they know what you're doing, you can add them here. Give your ticket a good descriptive subject, and as you're giving your ticket a subject, the system will automatically be searching the help articles. We don't have any yet, so this isn't going to work. But if you're saying something here, maybe you're about your computer locked up, or maybe not starting, maybe we have a tip over here to about checking your power cord or how to reset the battery, or some other things that may help you to resolve the issue. The next box is the category box, and this can have anywhere from 1 level to 3 levels. So you pick the one that is most applicable to your issue. So if you have a system or access issue, you can then pick the specific system that you're trying to get into. Generally, this means that your account is locked up, you need a password reset, something is wrong with the, maybe the data that you're seeing in the system. And that tends to apply more on the grid side, but you can pick what you want here. And in some cases, there's a 3rd level. So you'll have a category, a subcategory, and an item. I've tried to include other as options under most menus, just in case something doesn't fit. And if we get too many things falling into the other, I can add a new main category. Most of these are fairly self-explanatory, but yeah, system and access is most related to passwords and permissions. Hardware is generally related to your computer or your monitor or peripherals not working. Software is related to usually your Windows software or Office or some other application on your computer. Maybe you're getting prompted for an upgrade or patches that need to be installed. You can select application and submit the ticket. One new one here that I don't know that we've had before in our old ticketing system is office systems. So if you're having trouble with anything that's in the physical office, the printer, you need access for an additional door. You need access to the finance office to drop off checks, or you need night hours access. If you don't currently have that type of access, you can put a ticket in here. And then you can let me know if there's any issues with any of the other stuff that's happening in the office, the Wi-Fi, the security alarm, or the camera and the doorbell. And then again, another if I overlooked something, any type of ticket allows you to put in a pretty detailed description here with a kind of rich text box. So if you need to add bullets or pictures, any information in here, you can do that. And you can paste in pictures. So if you've got a screenshot, of an error message, it's really helpful to include that here. If you have any other pictures or anything that you would like to attach as a file, you have the ability to do that here. This may be helpful if you're ever asked to include logs with your ticket. And then you also have the ability to associate an asset with it. So by default, this only shows the assets that are associated with you. So assets are is your computer and peripherals that are being tracked. We've not fully set this up, but let's say you're having an issue with your computer, you can associate it here, and this will help us to know what device is having a problem. This especially if you have 2 or 3 monitors, we may need to know which one is the problem. That way we can give specific advice, especially if they're different models, and different troubleshooting tips will apply to different ones. And this will also help us to track if a particular device has a history of problems and is turning out to be a lemon. We can gather that in the reporting. I'm just going to put in a test ticket here so that I can go to the next page.
So Thomas,
Yes.
reporting, because I'm building out this workforce site at the moment. If I have a issue with that, where would you want that to be put? Would you want that into, how would you want me to say put a troubleshooting ticket in for that?
Um, that probably would go in as an incident because I know that's a production system now, and we're still trying to fix problems with it. If there's a new site that needs to be added, we have a new, I guess, partner involved in that's not starting for a couple weeks. That probably would go in under the next tab I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Right now, we're still actually working on that. Christina just put a ticket in earlier about some permissions issues, and because Stacy and Workforce and things are sort of short-term projects, I didn't really build everything out. But if so, I don't have the best box to put that type of thing in. So I'm going to, since that does seem to be something that we need to capture, I'm going to probably add that into the system in the near future. I also want to ask our vendor about capturing permissions a little bit differently. Right now, I'll show you the how to put in a request for yourself in order to have permissions. But if you're a manager and you have a list of 4 or 5 people that need access, that's not really ideal to submit right now. So I'm going to continue to work on that. Thank you for joining us, Courtney. So right now, I'm just showing the how to report an incident. And so this is the form for that. There's a put in a subject, you select your category and subcategory, and you can put your ticket description here. And if it's maybe associated with your laptop or a monitor or something, you can associate it with a particular asset using this button. Then you'll go to click submit, and it will submit your ticket. And if you log back into the system later, you'll see this page, and you can see all of your tickets that you have open and any of the thread that goes along with it. Our goal here is to try to capture as much information as we can on the ticket up front so that we don't have to have a lot of back and forth. But if there's a case where we do need to go back and forth, you'll see any of the agents responses or communication on this page. These fields over here, we're Tommy and I think are going to hide some of those. Right now, the system is showing some stuff that isn't necessarily relevant to the ticket that's been submitted. If you need to add to your ticket, you can click on the reply button here, and it will allow you to reply. But you'll also get an email, and if you reply to the email, that'll stay associated with the ticket. Because we're using the system for the GRIN and we have some compliance requirements for PHI, we are not going to allow ticket initiation via email, but once you already have a ticket, you can reply to it. Just being cautious about what confidential information you put in the system, because it is going outside of FLPPS. Any questions on this so far? I'm going to, and if you're here, you can click on this menu here, and you can get back to the main page. So Courtney, yeah, that where I was just showing you was for reporting incidents for stuff that's you already have, but it's broken, and you'd click on this box here. If you already have a ticket open, you can also see a summary of your open tickets here. And that'll give you, if you click on it, it'll take you to where I just was. If you want something new, you can come here, and this is kind of like a catalog or a store, and the items are sorted out by category. But if you click on the all service items, you can scroll through the whole list and pick what you need. So if you need, for example, you need door access, you can come in here and say, okay, you want access to the finance office and the server room. You can pick multiple things, and then place the request. And for the service requests, you'll get an extra little flyout here, and this is helpful if you're supporting somebody or you're a manager. You have the ability to check this box and type in the email address of the person that needs it. So if you're making a request for one of your team members, you can do that here. And when you place the ticket, we're just going to confirm this is directly for Aaron, and this will show up the in the system, basically the same as a ticket. They're all tickets. Just one's an incident and one is a service request. And as we start to get more tickets, we may put different SLAs on whether it's an incident or if it's a request, because usually the requests have a little bit of a longer time on there, where if you're not able to work because something is broken, we want to make sure we take care of those as priority items. Page. Any questions on the service request? For both the service requests and the incidents, as we start to gather information and see more tickets, we may add additional custom fields and build out the forms associated with those. So that's kind of related to trying to solve the ticket in one go. So as we start to see if that we need specific information in order to resolve the problem, or there's information that would be helpful for us in troubleshooting, the new system is really flexible, and we have the ability to add extra fields. If there's a system where there's different permission levels, you can provide that information. A good example might be, so if you're trying to request a brand new SharePoint site, you can provide the desired name of the site or the group. Let us know if you want it to be just a standard SharePoint site. You need teams associated with that. You're just asking for a distribution list. And then as you pick different options, the system has the ability to show some other fields that are only relevant with that particular choice. And there's business rules in the background that have these displayed or hidden. So as we're going through, we may make tweaks to these based on what we learned. For approval requests, this typically is only going to apply for managers, but have the ability to see these in here, and you'll get a list. That somebody has an approval that's or a request that is pending your approval, and you'll just need to click the approve button. You'll also receive an email that will take you directly to this page if you are getting an approval. Lori, one of the things that I am working on that is not in place right now is I'm trying to set up a group so that you have the ability to approve requests for Carol's reports.
Okay.
Okay, I know she's busy, and that may I don't want any of her direct reports waiting. If there's an issue, I have the ability to change the approver on those, and either can send them to you or to somebody else that may need to approve. I tested that process for your home office equipment the other day, just having myself approve it, and that'll work until we get the kind of proxy group set up. So that is the ticket system in a nutshell from a user standpoint. Does anybody have any questions? So we're going to start using this now and going forward. So if you have anything, please try to put it in to this system. If you're not quite sure where it goes, please reach out to Peter or myself, and we'll be happy to help you get it in. If something does come through as an email or a Teams message, we're going to try to key it into the system just to kind of make a habit of that. And for tracking purposes, having everything in the system going forward will help with reporting. When I do our IT operations meetings, I'll have a better idea of how many tickets we have, and if we're starting to get saturated or slip, and may need to make any type of staffing adjustments or tweak how we're doing something, based on the workload. Here, one other thing I didn't mention is this category list is impacted based on who you are. So I think everybody here should pretty much see the same list, unless you're an agent. But the Grin team may see other things in here. So if you're working with somebody in the future, they may have other selections in here for NetSmart or VTQ or stuff that most FLPPS team members don't use. Just as a little bit of a behind the scenes, this is what the agents will see. So we have a dashboard here that can get configured to show useful information about how many tickets we're working and what's open and if anything's past due. System has the ability to maybe make a little bit of a game out of it. Probably not going to use this too much, being small. But if we were a larger organization, we had 20 agents all working, and they can kind of get the prize for the month for closing the most tickets. The agents do have the ability to open a ticket for anyone. So if we do get a call or something, we can open it, and you're having trouble with a ticket, we can open one on behalf through here. And nice things about the system is we have the ability to sort our assets in here and associate them with people. We're still working on getting everything keyed in, and Sean, for a finance reasons, I mean, we can put stuff in here and track, any type of depreciation on those items, or be able to run reports on what we have, and hopefully that'll help the finance team. There's a lot of capabilities in the system for it to be used outside of finance. So right now, I've started to set up an employee onboarding that has Patrice looped in to be able to initiate the request. But in the future, we could potentially include finance in here. So if Shanice does payroll or expense reports or other things that are not specifically IT related, they can get incorporated into the system. Here, and kind of in here we have there's a lot in the system that we are not necessarily using right away to support maybe agencies that do code development or have projects or support clients that have big build outs. So we have a lot of room to grow in this system. And there's also all the various business rules and workflows and policies so that we can have those fields show up or not show up, and then also try to automate things. Right now we don't have much of that built out, but things like the approvals, we can automate that. Being able to mark tickets where if they don't get resolved in a certain period of time, they need to get escalated maybe to a supervisor. We can have that happen where the current system doesn't allow that. So that's about all I had for today. Any questions?
So is this going to be located on the FLPPS intranet where the IT ticket request used to be?
Yes. So eventually that link will get changed out to this. Right now it's not there since we're just soft launching and not everybody is using this yet. So for now, if you could just make a bookmark, that would be helpful.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And I think that's it. Jackie, do you have any questions?
No, it seems really user friendly and intuitive. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
I think Courtney and I might have been at the first demo of the ticket system. So this is definitely a nice upgrade there, Thomas.
A huge improvement.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
We were the beta group back then.
Okay. I mean, Ron's creation. He put a lot of effort into that, but it is backed by SharePoint 2013 workflows and
oh yeah, I'm aware.
and InfoPath, I think 2013, and has gotten a little difficult to support and probably could go end of life anytime now. So I think this new system is going to be very, very helpful and flexible, particularly on the grid side where we get a majority of our tickets, and Peter Baumann is asking for reports for customer satisfaction reasons.
Yeah, the load speed alone is way better, Thomas. You can just see it. So yeah, that'll be nice.
So this is a third-party hosted, system. So things may change. They do monthly upgrade. The vendor does monthly upgrades to this, so they're constantly adding improvements and tweaking things. Yeah, and I'm sure they have a robust server infrastructure. So I've not seen a lot of or really any challenges with it loading or having issues with the forms or trying to use this over the last couple of months. Alrighty, thank you. Thank you very, very much for your time today. If anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to Peter or myself, and we'll be happy to help you at any time.
Yep.
Alrighty, thank you all.
Thank you.